Hi everyone, my name is Carolyn. So today we're talking about the waiting game. So I do want to start this video off with a Bible verse. It's Psalms 27:13-14. It says, "I would have despaired had I not believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord. Wait for and confidently expect the Lord. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Yes, wait for and confidently expect the Lord." So I really resonate with the first part of this Bible verse because there's a lot of moments in the past that if I hadn't held on to that little bit of hope, that little glimmer of hope, I would have been so lost and discouraged. And what I've realized is this really boils down to whether or not you trust God. Do you trust Him to make a way when there is no way? Do you trust Him to provide clarity and provision when it's needed? Do you trust Him to provide for your every need? Do you trust Him? If not, why? What is stopping you from trusting Him wholeheartedly? If you're unsure what it is, then it's time to do a heart check. Allow God to open your eyes to what needs improvement. Isaiah 40:30-31. Even youths grow weary and tired, and vigorous young men stumble badly. But those who wait for the Lord will gain new strength and renew their power. They will lift up their wings like eagles. They will run and not become weary. They will walk and not grow tired. This Bible verse shows that even the strong can stumble and become weary. But when we wait for the Lord, He will provide us with the strength that is necessary to get us through this season of waiting. Some even call it a season of stillness. This season of waiting or stillness can also be known as the in-between. You aren't quite in the new season just yet, and you aren't in the previous season anymore. Waiting for clarity on what God has next for you and where it is that He'd like you to go can sometimes be a difficult place to be in. I'll be honest, sometimes my patience does run out, especially when I'm caught in the in-between. And oftentimes I'll be like, okay, God, let's get a move on. Let's see what's next for us. But we need to learn to be content in every season. Philippians 4:11-14 says, "Not that I speak from need, for I have learned to be content regardless of my circumstances. I know how to get along and live humbly, and I also know how to enjoy abundance and live in prosperity. In any and every circumstance I have learned the secret. Whether well-fed or going hungry, whether having an abundance or being in need, I can do all things through Him who strengthens and empowers me. Nevertheless, it was right of you to share in my difficulties." Contentment comes from trusting God fully with Contentment comes from trusting God fully, and with that comes joy and peace. The definition of contentment is a state of happiness and satisfaction. Don't waste the season of waiting, this time of stillness, on complaining and being dissatisfied. This time is meant for growth and development. You can focus on growing your relationship with the Lord and building your confidence in Him. And I know for me, especially seasons of waiting, especially trying to find out what my purpose is after high school, it was a very long process, and maybe I'll do like story time or something like that to really dive into how long the process took. But for me, it did get to a point where, I was like, okay, God, like you need to open the door for a job opportunity or, give me something to be passionate about. And He gave me this ministry. And let me just say, when you ask for God to move, He will move, because I had a week to get everything together before I launched this ministry. Literally a week from the day that He, gave me this ministry. So be careful when you ask God to move, because He'll move. Romans 8:24-25 says, "For in this hope we were saved, but hope which is seen is not hope. For who hopes for what he already sees? But if we hope for what we do not see, we wait eagerly for it with patience and composure." When we can't see what's next for us, again we wait patiently, eager for what is to come. Psalms 62:5-8 says, "For God alone my soul waits in silence and quietly submits to Him, for my hope is from Him. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress and my defense. I will not be shaken or discouraged. On my God, my salvation and my glory rest. He is my rock of strength. My refuge is in God. Trust in him at all times, O people. Pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. That is the last Bible verse I'm going to share with you today. I want you all to take the questions that I asked earlier in today's video and really ponder them over the next week or so. Really ask yourself whether or not you trust God. Sometimes this is simply a heart posture thing that needs to be fixed, but sometimes it goes deeper than that. Sometimes there's more to it beneath the surface. And I just encourage all of you to allow God to work in and through you this week as he prepares you for the season to come. And with that being said, that wraps up today's video. So I want to thank you all so much for watching, and you can follow the Purity Sisters Instagram page. The link is in the description box below. And I hope that you guys feel free to comment if there's something that really sparked your interest in today's video, if there was a Bible verse that really stood out to you, and feel free to like and share this video as well, and God bless.